By no means was that a Picasso masterpiece from the Toronto Blue Jays, but you know who doesn't really care? Me. Blue Jays win it 10-6 over the Cleveland Guardians after losing 2-3 to the White Sox, and it looks like the freaking sky is falling. They have an off day, and they get back out there against the Guardians in Cleveland, against a team that they don't really play very well against, and holy smokes, the bats come alive. George Springer hits a grand slam. Eric Lauer stays hot. Chad Green stinks. Just everything going on tonight. Let's start right at the very beginning. Top of the first. Blue Jays strike first. And this was so good to see, right? Again, after a series against the White Sox where you didn't really score much in the finale either. You didn't score a lot in the first. You didn't score barely anything. One run in the first game. I think it was, what, three or four in the second, in the third game? Sure, you had the 7 spot in the second, but it's the freaking White Sox. And you go out there today against the lefty Logan Allen, and it starts with a leadoff single from Bo Bichette. Then a double down the third baseline from Ernie Clement, scoring Bo Bichette. And just like that, you've got a 1-0 lead early. Awesome, awesome stuff. 2 batters later, Alejandro Kirk line drive to right center field, scoring Ernie Clement. And the Blue Jays now lead it 2-0 early on. Awesome there. And you could tell how this game was going for Eric Lauer in the very first inning, right? The first 2 guys reach. And Jose Ramirez is at the dish. He doesn't have an out yet. Ground ball double play, ends up getting out of the inning in general. Just awesome stuff from Eric Lauer early. Top of the 4th inning, Miles Straw hits a line drive to right field. What a horrible... It's a circus show for Jonathan Rodriguez out in right field. Goes off the top of his glove. And you know the way Miles Straw runs, that's an easy triple. Springer comes in to score. Jays now lead it 3-0. Great. Top of the 5th inning with Ernie Clement at second base. Alejandro Kirk kind of fights one off then the first baseline. Kind of a weird one for Kirky, but who cares? It's a 4-0 Blue Jays lead as Ernie Clement comes in to score. Great stuff. And then bottom of the 6th, as per usual, who could have guessed this one? Carlos Santana goes deep, and that is the last player that Eric Lauer faces as he allows 1 run over 5 1/3. Awesome stuff for him. He was just incredible yet again. Top of the 7th inning, Jonathan Clase, which at the time felt like a massive hit, with the bases loaded and 2 out, drives the ball up the middle for a base hit, scoring Springer and Vladdy to make it a 6-1 Blue Jays lead, and we felt like we could relax. Well, no. Bottom half of the 7th inning, Mason Fluharty walks the first guy he sees, and then strikes at Austin Hedges. You're like, okay, all right, we're back. Well, then he walks Stephen Kwan. Now there's 2 on, and I got to say a couple things. 1, I don't know why Braden Fisher didn't go out there and pitch. He pitched 7 pitches in the last inning. Looked fine. I didn't like the line out to Miles Straw from Lane Thomas in that inning, but regardless of that, or no, excuse me, that wasn't to Lane Thomas. That was the Schneeman, the guy who torches the Blue Jays. But he got that, and then he struck out Angel Martinez on looking. So he was fine after 7 pitches. Put him back out there. He's at the bottom of the lineup, 8-9-1 going up. So if you want him to face 8-9 and you want Stephen Kwan to face Mason Fluharty, that makes a little bit more sense to me. But they take him out. They bring in Fluharty. He walks 2 guys, 2 on, 1 out. But then they get a little hesitant again. And they bring in Chad Green to face Lane Thomas and throws an absolute cement mixer. And it's crushed for a 3-run shot. We all know Chad Green struggles with the long ball against him. So what are we doing here? And now it's 6-4 all of a sudden. But then, top of the freaking 8th inning, with Hunter Gaddis on the hill, Andres Jimenez line drive single to center field. Then Bo lines out to right. But then Ernie Clement, infield single. It was a throwing error by Angel Martinez, so allows Jimenez to move up to third base. Runners in the corners, only 1 out. And then Vladdy hits a ground ball to first. They throw out Andres Jimenez at the plate. He was initially called safe. They review it. I thought he was still safe. I know I'm a Jays fan, but I didn't think there was much. They must have had some camera angle that we didn't know about because they overturned it, and he's out at the plate. It's still 6-4, and now there's 2 away. Alejandro Kirk then walks. Now the bases are loaded for George Springer, Uncle Georgie. And he got 2 strikes on him and gets a fastball down the middle at 90. I believe it was 94. And he absolutely crushes this thing to left center, more center than left, and it's gone. A grand slam for George Springer. And that 6-4 lead turns into a 10-4 lead. 421 feet. Absolute bomb for Unk. And he's still cooking. Homer number 11 on the year for George. He was hyped up. The bench was hyped because that felt like the knockout blow. Well, bottom of the 8th inning, Paxton Schultz makes it a little bit interesting, but he ends up only allowing a sacrifice fly, scoring Carlos Santana because, of course, making it 10-5. And then the bottom of the 9th inning after Yariel Rodriguez, Cal Manzardo hit a home run. I don't know how the hell he hit that out. 97 up and away, and he hits it the other way for a shot. That's a damn good swing for Cal Manzardo. His 12th homer of the year. Made it 10-6, but that was it. Blue Jays win it 10-6. And they improve the record now to 6 games over 500 at 42-36. And let's break down some player stats. Bo Bichette, not a big day for him. Had a single to start the ball game, scored a run. So yeah, he got the early offense going. The rest of the at-bats weren't great. I mean, he had the line out. I guess the line out in the, was it the 8th inning? Or 7th? Or whatever it was. That was fine. I didn't like a flailing strikeout with guys in scoring position. Didn't like that one. But Ernie Clement, 2 for 4, scored 3 runs and an RBI. Dude is not only a Swiss Army knife on the field, in the lineup. He was hitting in the 2-hole today. And he went 2 for 4, scored 3 runs, had an RBI, and walked once and stole a freaking base. He's hitting .310 with a .342 on base. Had an OPS of 759 going into play today with 2 hits, right? Yeah, 2 hits and a walk. It's going to be north 760, near 770. Because one was a double as well. Stay hot, Ernie. Vladdy went 2 for 5 and scored a couple runs. He was fine. Again, the singles galore. That's really what we're seeing from Vladdy. I do like, though, that one swing that he had to right field. Like, he stayed on the pitch and drove it hard. It was on the ground still, but had a piss missile down the line. It was a nice hit there, but regardless, you want to see some power from your best hitter, right? Alejandro Kirk, 2 for 4. The run scored, drove in 2 runs, also walked once, got on base 3 times. Have a day, Kirky. And George Springer, 3 for 5, scored 3 runs, 4 ribs on 1 swing of the bat, had a grand slam. And George Springer, it's good to see. He needed a game like that. He really did. Jonathan Clase even had a great day in the lineup as well. He had 2 hits, had 2 RBIs, walked once, so got on base 3 times. You like what you saw from him today. 14 hits for the Blue Jays, struck out 7 times, walked 5 times. Just a great day for them, right? Pitching-wise, Eric Lauer, we talked about it. He was outstanding. 5 1/3, 5 hits, 1 run, 5 Ks, walked 3. And allowed the solo homer, but overall, he was outstanding. He was really, really good. Braden Fisher faced 2 guys, got a strikeout. Nothing else. Mason Fluharty went a third of an inning, walked 2 guys, allowed 2 earned runs, struck out a guy, and Chad Green goes 2/3 of an inning, allows 1 hit, a 3-run shot. 1 earned run, obviously it was Lane Thomas's run that counted towards him. Did get a strikeout. Paxton Schultz went an inning, allowed a hit, 2 walks, and a run scored. Got a strikeout, and Yariel Rodriguez went an inning, allowed 1 hit. It was a solo bomb to Manzardo. So the bullpen didn't really do anything good. But, other than Braden Fisher, that's it. Who cares? On to tomorrow, and guess what? Mad Max Scherzer is on the mound tomorrow night. 6:40 first pitch in Cleveland against Gavin Williams. Going to be a tough matchup for the Blue Jays. Look, he's been outstanding for them this year. What's he been like recently? Because I feel like his numbers were pretty bad. So his last outing against San Francisco in 6 innings, a 2-hit baseball. Struck out 6 and walked 3. He was very good in his last outing. How are the Blue Jays bats going to fare? We shall see. And Max Scherzer gets the bump for the Blue Jays for the 2nd time this year. Just stay healthy and let's see what he can do. Let's see what Mad Max can do. I'm excited. 6:40 first pitch there. Progressive Field still? I assume it's still called Progressive Field, right? Yeah, it is. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video on the dub today, hit the like button, do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, of course, tomorrow night. Game 2 of the 3-game set against the Guardians. Gavin Williams, Max Scherzer is a pitching matchup at 6:40 at Progressive Field, looking for a series dub. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and the dub this evening. Talk to you guys then.